listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Welcome to the White Wall Sessions Radio. I'm your host, Dan Schaefer. On tonight's show, part 2 of Andrea von Kampen, Brian Johannessen, and Daniel in the Real Fields. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are now accepting submissions for Season 7. To submit, go to whitewallsessions.com. The White Wall Sessions would like to thank these fine sponsors for their support. Last Stop CD Shop, Bell Incorporated, Workplace IT Management, J. Rick Luthery, The University Center, Screenflare, The Pink Moon Room, Club David, Great Outdoor Store, local branded convenience stores, Minuteman Press, Vishnu Bunny Tattoo and Piercing, and South Dakota Friends of Traditional Music. Andrea von Kampen is a singer-songwriter who calls Lincoln, Nebraska home. She is no stranger to the studio or stage, with 2 full-length records under her belt, 2015's Another Day and 2016's Desdemona. Her soulful voice and guitar playing, combined with her intuitive songwriting, won over the hearts of the audience and crew.
Cool. You're never ready, it's never right, and a person could never change your life. Then you'll ask me to take a drive, and we end up with the cops flashing light. It's 11:59. Wait a minute and take your time. Yes, I'll try, do my best. Can't promise I'll always be kind, but I'll try. I'll always want you, even when I'm old. Take this hand, have this heart to hold, and you'll ask me to take a drive, and we end up with the cops flashing light. It's 11:59. Wait a minute and take your time. Yes, I'll try, do my best. Can't promise I'll always be kind, but I'll try, do my best. Can't promise we'll always see eye to eye, but I'll try. Yes, I'll try, do my best. Can't promise I'll always be kind, but I'll try, forget the rest. That one is called Try. That'll be on a new record that I'll be releasing. Cool, this song's called Julia. Julia lays in the sunshine and waits out by the water on the bay. Mary's her lover. The day is breaking over the water. Julia moves to the city to find a new set of memories, clear her mind. And the sun goes down, and the sun goes down. She won't find another. Julia is hung up on her lover. And oh, the time passes slowly, and oh, God, she's so lonely, and oh, they all say that time heals the sting. Julia skips down the sidewalk. It's spring, spring in the city, blooming trees. And she walks alone, and she laughs alone. The lady is lovely. Julia won't wait for anybody. Just rings forever. Thank you.
When you start playing on the guitar and you feel something, it kind of has a personality, or that. And then does that say, well, that would fit good with this idea I had over here, or maybe these lyrics I wrote 2 months ago or 6 months ago?
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes it's just the first line, or I'll have a chorus that I really like and add verses like months later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of just pulled from everywhere. And sometimes like I'll just have an idea or say a first line and then just write the whole song in 5 minutes. It really can be very easy or very difficult.
So sometimes the songs just open up and write themselves, and sometimes they're just sort of really struggling.
Yeah, like Train Song, I just wrote it in like 4.5 minutes. It just came out. But then others have been months, painstaking, and yeah.
And Train Song was the first one you wrote, and it ended up, is that your biggest song today?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
I don't know. Spotify playlisting.
So the ones that take months, like you say, is that frustrating, or is it kind of you're excited to put this puzzle together and see what happens, or what is that?
Yeah, it can be frustrating. It's sometimes it's really fun to put it together over time, and sometimes it just doesn't work, and I just know this one just doesn't work.
So you know to stop and move on and maybe come back later?
Yeah.
Have you ever come back later and found something and said, oh, now I know it?
Parts of stuff. I'll come back and be like, oh, I think I want to use that line now. But I've never gone back to a bad song and used the whole thing.
Do you keep sort of a notebook of ideas and or lyrics?
Yeah, I mean, my iPhone notes, I just have hundreds of notes, and there's so many GarageBand files, and if someone got into them, they'd think I was like certifiably insane. Like some of the ideas on there are, there's a lot of stuff on there.
Do you feel when you come across something, you just need to get it written down, and then, like you say, you come across it and say, oh my goodness. What was I thinking?
I'm like, wow, why did I write a song about that? Yep.
So you take these songs into the studio. You've got 2 records, there's 2 EPs so far. The first one, Another Day, and then I'm going to say this
Desdemona.
Right. Desdemona. Where did you record those? And tell me how you how you went about recording it. You felt you needed to do it?
Yeah, so the first EP, I just wanted to get something recorded to be able to book shows. I knew that I couldn't really book stuff unless I had something to show for. So I sort of just took the 5 songs that I had written and recorded them. I recorded with a friend in Lincoln named Lucas Kellison, and he has a studio called Roxy Studios. And then my brother David does a lot of the arranging on my albums. And so David arranged these, and we just went to the studio and recorded them, put it out there, and it really wasn't like I thought it was, everything was awesome or like I had really found what I wanted to sound like. I just wanted to book shows. So I wanted to have something to show for. And then with Desdemona, it was a little bit more thought out. The arrangements were bigger and the songs, I think, went a little bit deeper. But same process, David arranged them and we recorded with Lucas.
Did you have any other players on those records?
Yeah, I have a lot of local Lincoln people play my stuff. We get a lot of string players from UNL and some like awesome country fiddle players and stuff from surrounding towns and stuff. So it's really fun. It's a good time. Okay, this next song is new too. This is called Teton. I got off at Jackson Hole. There was a nice strong man in a blue strong coat. He said, I'll help you. Mama said, beware of nice men. Funny thing is they never seem to listen. I could take you up to Teton or show you the grove on. I'm a man who knows his station, and I won't be around for long. These low-lying valleys contain rivers and streams. If Lewis and Clark could navigate, why can't we? I got lost in Coeur d'Alene. There was a minor man willing to share his name. He said, I love you. I could find a lot of silver and buy you the finery. I'm a man who knows his station, and I won't be around past spring. These low-lying valleys contain rivers and streams. If Lewis and Clark could navigate, why can't we? Thank you.
Coming up after the break, Brian Johannessen.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Brian Johannessen has traveled a lot in his lifetime. He claims to be from Iowa City, via Nashville, via Iowa City, via Chicago. Brian uses the people he meets and the experiences he encounters as material for his music. Johannessen was accompanied in a session by Ryan Joseph Anderson, another White Wall veteran. Brian has one full-length record, 2017's Northern Town, and a self-titled EP from 2013, Brian Johannessen.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, I used to smoke Turkish gold cigarettes. I was only 16. I sucked them down like soda pop and Ritalin. Driving around thinking we were kings of the punk scene. I had a girl and her name was Evelyn, with a short little hairdo. Come over every weekend on Saturday. I never had a clue what kind of mess I was into. Yeah, I used to like Lucky Strike cigarettes. Coming up on 18, I sold my guitar, I was sick of it. It never won the heart of a beautiful prom queen. And I was sitting on the bridge at the overpass with a bottle of Jim Beam. We were talking how that feeling could never last. Moving on, baby, is a part of the in-between. Well, I wore the patch, I fought it off, tried to make it last. Oh, but it never did stick, I just switched to a different brand. So I'm sitting with a Parliament cigarette somewhere in my 20s. I'm thinking about a bottle of Templeton and talking about nothing on a Tennessee porch swing. I got a pack of 27s in the glove box, waiting on a hard rain, greasing up that interstate blacktop. South Dakota thunder is calling out my name. Yeah, South Dakota thunder is calling out my name. Sweet. First time I ever played that song in South Dakota.
Well, it's funny. I mean, it's interesting you call it a puzzle because it really is. And so many times in the song, every word has to be right to get the meaning across in 4 or 5 words.
Right.
But your songs, there's so much going on in them, and they really draw people in. That's where the listening room is really a good thing for that.
For sure, yeah.
How long have you been writing?
I started writing about 9 years ago when I was just getting out of college. I was in bands in high school and in college, but I didn't really start writing until the end of college. And when I was realizing I wasn't going to be a fiction writer, it was like, well, okay, I like playing music. Maybe that'll work. And it just stuck a lot better than the other ones did.
So does the guitar playing follow your lyrics and creating of the song, or does it start them often?
For me, it's usually I have to have a melody. So I'll pick up the guitar and just mumble and, make nonsense words, and then, or I'll have like a phrase in mind and I just try to find a way that phrase would sound cool. And then once I do that, I can start to work on the song. I've never been able to just write down lyrics and then make that into a song. I've tried, and my phone will disagree with me saying that because there's just random stuff all over my notes in my phone. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough because you're usually thinking of something, or you're unintentionally writing the words to a melody of a song that already exists when you're just writing them down.
Sure.
And so then to try to change that, it's never really worked for me.
You didn't get the same thing that you had before.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your albums. You had a self-titled album, or EP.
Yeah, it was a 10-inch record that came out in 2013. Yeah.
And did you do that on vinyl?
I did that on vinyl, yeah.
Nice.
I've got that on vinyl.
Did you record it on tape or digitally?
It was digital. But anymore, I understand the value of tape, but I think that digital is right there with it, and it's super fun. And I recorded a studio in Iowa City. It was actually in Lone Tree, Iowa. It's my friend Luke turned his barn into a studio, and it's this amazing DIY thing. And it's all digital, but it sounds fantastic, and it's been a real fun adventure to record with him. When we recorded Northern Town, he was just building it. And he used to have a studio in his garage, but this barn he was just building. And, we'd finish a take. It was freezing cold. They didn't have any heat yet, and it was freezing. And we'd be like, all right, we're going to take a quick break. And then he would just turn around and start nailing boards in the wall. Like he was literally building it while we were recording. And Ryan and I were like sleeping he has a little camper and it's like no heat. And it's like every night just like shivering. But it's really nice now. It's like done and it's heated and it's really good.
And you say Ryan produced that one for you?
Yes, he did, yeah.
So when someone produces your record, I mean, did he make many changes, or did he, I mean, when you're handing your record over to someone to produce it, is that a leap of faith, or is it encouraging if someone can have a different creative person?
I wasn't nervous about it at all with Ryan. What I really wanted to work with him for was that I don't know what I'm doing in a studio at all. Like, it's all foreign language to me, and I'm learning now, but like at the time it was like I want to make a record, but I don't want it to just be this like I don't know what I'm doing thing. I wanted somebody who knew what they were doing to come in. Ryan and I had been playing together for a while, and he knew the songs really well, and so he didn't really change a ton. He added some parts, or we cut a verse here or there, or we extended a solo or cut a solo down. But really, like, he just came in and kind of got the sounds that I wanted, or that he wanted, and that we agreed on, and it was really easy. I mean, there was like no fighting. There's none of that. It was just we were already on the same page, so it was an easy choice.
That's good. So you're working on a new one now, right?
Yep.
And I think we talked earlier, and you said you're not getting a bunch of songs and going and recording it. You're sort of doing it as they come, right?
Right. Yeah. I periodically just book studio time to make myself keep writing and stay on top of it. And I had this studio time. I had about 5 or 6 songs, and I was like, well, let's get those down. I dug my boot into the sandstone, heels to the wind. This side, it's been seen before.
will be seen again with all the settled dust, purple light, and the echo of the coming night. Oh, I could stick my hand in the gas tank, it'd be drier than this land, drier than the blood that's buried deep beneath the sand. With all the tortured songs, people gone, nowhere to go, they got moved along. And when they fall, it's like no one ever knew that they were even there at all. We took them all. We'll take the rest. We've been knocking over kingdoms, and there ain't too many left. No, there ain't too many kingdoms left. Well, Andy loved you, baby. He would have took you for his queen till that Colorado morning when you woke up with me. And man, it broke him down. He skipped town, I stuck around, but heavy lies the crown. I guess you thought I was your savior, at least a better man. But the notion of forever, it was more than I could stand. Oh, and she was there, you were gone, and so it goes, and on and on and on. And when they fall, man, it gets hard to remember if they were even there at all. We took them all, and I'll take the rest. I've been knocking over kingdoms, and there ain't too many left. No, there ain't too many kingdoms left. Well, a holy man will tell you there's a better way. I can't blame the man for trying, but it's in our DNA. Man, we set 'em up, knock 'em down, steal the crops and burn the town. And he's pulling fear from pages, and that fear gets in your head. You start clinging to a rubric, trying to make some sense of death. Tell you I'll live my life till I die, I'll stay out of yours, you stay out of mine. 'Cause I will fall, and you will fall, and few will even care that we were ever here at all. So I want it all, and I'll take the rest. I've been knocking over kingdoms, and there ain't no kingdoms left. No, there ain't no kingdoms left. Thank you.
Coming up after the
That's
break,
what we call the happy
Daniel in the real fields.
You're listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
If David Bowie, Iggy Pop, Freddie Mercury, and the Rolling Stones could somehow be transformed into a rock and roll band from Minneapolis, Minnesota, that band would be Daniel in the Real Fields. The band certainly brought their brash glam rock to their season 6 session and delighted the audience and crew alike. Daniel in the Real Fields are Daniel Olson, guitar, bass, and vocals, Marty Mueller, lead guitar and vocals, Alec Robertson, guitar and vocals, Wade Underwood, drums, and Justin Ness on guitar, bass, and vocals.
Maybe
song in that song?
I mean, the music is so good on its own, and then when you bring that live feel in it, that really, I mean, that's a really fun band to watch and listen to. Let me go to Justin here, the luthier in the crowd. So you came last to the band, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And how did that happen?
I was living in Oregon, so when I relocated back to Minnesota, I got back in contact with all these great people from my life, which includes these 4 gentlemen right here.
Can you go a little closer to the mic, Justin? I love to. We love your voice.
And how long have you been playing music and making guitars?
The guitar thing, maybe 5 years.
Oh.
Music, maybe 20, something like that.
And did you guys, so you came back and met these guys, but did you mentioned earlier that you kind of said, let's try and get him in the band. Where did you hear him?
I've known Justin since he was an infant because my mother babysat him. And so I have pictures of Justin in like a diaper under my dining room table growing up. And that's what made me contact him, that picture.
That diaper. He brings it with him everywhere.
No, but I have that history with him, and then just kind of... I've always just tried to keep up with Justin because I've just known him that long. And then Justin put out this really cool EP. He played all the instruments by himself and shared it with me and shared it with all of us. And we fell in love with it. And so he's just been on my radar ever since. You know.
So is he the music theory guy in the band, and is he kind of correcting everybody, or is he just nice and polite?
I've taken 2 years of music theory myself.
Yeah, this is the music theory guy.
Marty is the...
So how do these songs evolve? When they come mostly from you, Dan?
Yeah, I think most of them come from, like a basic structure that I have laid out, and then I throw it to these guys, and they usually bring the sparkle. Yeah.
So do you hear what these guys can bring to it when you're writing it, or do you just kind of come up with a song and then it just let the song create itself?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think I write a song, and then and I never know that I'm gonna. I don't know I'm gonna share it with them, basically. So I kind of let it happen naturally.
Okay.
Yeah, like suddenly I'll be sharing a song with them. Yeah, because there's a lot of songs I write, and I don't consciously think like this is one I want these guys to play on. It's just when we get together and hang out, it'll come out naturally, kind of. Yeah. I try to capture that as much as I can. I try not to think about it too much. Try to make it all happen naturally. So yeah.
So by that, so the song kind of leads the way on that, right? It kind of drives itself.
Yeah. I kind of honor the song the most. Try to, without letting any ego get involved, and I try to bring it to that to the band, and then try to make the band create this ego-less thing, a song.
Yeah. So some of the other guys, how does what's that like when you're creating that song and giving it, putting, the spin on it?
Me and Dan have been playing music a long time before this band as well, so I feel like I can almost anticipate the songs he's gonna write, and stuff just flows pretty naturally, as far as like what you come up with and what I feel like I can bring to the table.
Yeah, and there's certain I think it comes. Song is kind of vulnerable because it's kind of silly. I don't know. You just write a song and it's like, no one wants it. This is just for me, And so it's really a vulnerable thing to hey guys, you want to listen to this song and play it and think it's awesome,
That's you're saying it's hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah. So it kind of comes down like what Marty was saying. There's a lot of trust involved. You kind of. I need that, and I appreciate that about these guys. It's just being able to be a little vulnerable, and
Sure.
Yeah. And everyone in the band, writes their own music too. So it's kind of just exciting when Dan has something that he's excited about or wants us to play on. Just super excited about it and able to go forward and just do it. So.
I've been wrecking our love with a heartache. You've been moving on fast, forever doesn't last, what a heartache. I've been distant, cold, and coming home late. You've been watching my love, you've been
Play for the cameras.
The White Wall Sessions is recorded at Last Stop Studios in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and is produced by Spectrum Films Incorporated. Executive producers are Jeff Zuger, Doug Taylor, Greggy Johnson, and Jay Fishback. Head of broadcast is David Palmer. Associate producer is Mike Yeager. The White Wall Sessions Radio is produced and edited by Jeff Zuger. Audio recording and mixing by Kevin Phipps, Chad Conrad, August Ogren, and David Palmer. Scheduling and artist relations, Tom Eisner. Be sure to join us again next week. Same time, same place.
You're listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.